Vice Mayor Kaplan.
Thank you very much. So I appreciate that we have before us the opportunity to make this statement, and I guess I would only worry that anybody would be confused that by voting for this item we've actually allocated any resources and thus might not bother to schedule an item for us to actually allocate locations, money, approve sites. So I have no problem with this if this is a first step toward a process that then actually identifies locations and resources. But I would hate for anyone to go out from this thinking that this actually has provided any resources, and if then people would not bother with the effort to find the resources, then that would be a reason not to vote for this tonight. So I would want to know what would be the timing plan to come back to us with an actual plan to identify sites that this would allow, and the resources to provide them, so that we don't just make empty symbolism, but that we actually provide the locations.
Ms. Capio.
This would be important to have as a tool in order to make sure that I had the ability to consider waiving or having meeting the requirements of habitability in an alternative way or ways.
Yep.
So right now, as I explained in the staff report, we are in the midst of, we have gathered an interdepartmental team, and we are looking at sites and proposals. I need to be specific about it, both in terms of how this ordinance would be applied and budget. So we will be back to you hopefully within the first quarter of 2016.
And so I would request that as we look at that we look at campground opportunities, which other cities have started to do in terms of authorizing, open space or your parking lots or whatever, that we will look at funding. We have separately from this items coming back to council on relocation assistance, which is another way to deal with the people being pushed out. So of course, hopefully we'll be doing that. And I know we'll be talking about impact fees and potentially a housing bond, because obviously we're going to need funding for these projects. I noticed as written, it says it expires after 1 year.